Hi, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of Meditation March. My name is Hannah, and I'm so excited that you all came back. Welcome back. If you haven't already, take a moment to hit the subscribe button below because we will be doing meditations for the entire month of March, and that way you won't miss any. Unfortunately, we did have I have a visitor. We did have a little problem with the comments yesterday, and it looks like those are not going to be working today either, which is a bummer. Some people were able to post a comment after we finished questions, and you still want to ask them. See if you can get comments posted after the fact, but I'm really sorry. It looks like the live stream's not working. YouTube said they fixed it, but I don't think they did. So anyway, we'll just keep going, and that's okay. I'm glad you all are here. Yesterday, if you weren't able to make it yesterday, we did do a brief introduction to traditional Chinese medicine and craniosacral therapy. So if you missed that, go back and check it out so that you can understand why we are talking about these particular organs and how the meditations support our full body health. The supplies we will be using today are a yoga mat. I prefer to do my meditations lying down most of the time when I'm able, and the yoga mat is really nice for that. If you prefer to sit in a chair, then you won't need a yoga mat, and that's okay too. We will also be using the eye serum from your self-care kit. It's the one that looks like this. Oop, there we go. And a gemstone facial roller, one of these. If you don't have a gemstone facial roller, you can put an ice cube in a plastic bag, keep it in the freezer so it doesn't melt, or if you have a gemstone roller, put that in the freezer as well for a few minutes so it's really nice and cold when we jump in and get ready to use it. All right, before we go any farther, I would like to introduce today's sponsor, Orahava Songstad. Hi, Orahava.
Hello.
Hi. Orahava is a licensed massage therapist, craniosacral therapist, master esthetician, and equine massage therapist in Vail and Aspen, Colorado. And she will be leading us through an eye treatment in a little bit. But first, would you like to tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Yes, I have been in the spa industry for about 18 years now. And I love what I do for a living. And I love helping people and healing people in any way that they need. And then I also love animals as well. That is my main passion, is to help all animals, but especially equine massage therapy is kind of my primary that I am doing currently. So it's a lot of fun to be outside all day with horses. I love it.
So fun. I love it. That's fantastic. I will have a link to Orahava's website in the description for today's video. So if you want to get in touch with her, reach out if you have questions for her. You'll be able to get in touch with her more and hear more about what she does. Yesterday, moving over to Heather for a sec, I mentioned Wild Hazel is going to be sponsoring a giveaway for us this week. Heather, would you like to tell us a little bit more about what's going to be part of the giveaway?
For sure. Thank you, Hannah.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. So today I'm going to show you what's included in the giveaway. And tomorrow I'll go into the ingredients and the benefits of the products and then how they go hand in hand with the meditations that they're paired up with this month. So it will include 3 products from Wild Hazel. And grab this for you. So we've got a bottle of our organic unrefined jojoba oil. And then I'm really excited to talk about these next 2 products. We just launched these last week and very pleased with how they turned out. We've got one of our fabulous nourishing deodorant bars and a jar of our all-in-one citrus rosehip body cream. So pretty exciting stuff.
Cool. I love it.
That's all I have for you today. Tune in tomorrow to learn more and get engaged.
Great. Again, I mentioned earlier we were hoping for engagement through comments. I know the live comments aren't working, so I believe you can still comment underneath the video, and we'll definitely scroll through those every single day and make sure we don't miss any important questions or comments because we appreciate your input and thoughts. All right, so yesterday I mentioned our 5 essential organs, and today we will be focusing on the liver. In traditional Chinese medicine, the liver meridian begins at the lateral or outside corner of the big toe. It comes across the top of the foot, up the inside of the leg, same as the kidney meridian from yesterday. They both come up the inside of the leg. It crosses the hip and the abdomen, and it literally comes right up to the bottom of the rib cage, which is exactly where our liver sits in our core, which is great. So it stops right at the liver. Even though we only have one liver, like we discussed yesterday, there is a meridian on each side of the body. So today, instead of a foot bath, because we did a foot bath yesterday to nourish our feet for our kidneys, today we will be doing a nourishing treatment for the eyes, because in Chinese medicine, the liver is said to open to the eyes. So one way you can think about this is if you get hepatitis, your eyes turn yellow. There's a very strong correlation between the liver and the eyes. Today's treatment is going to be more of a calming treatment. We talked about temperature yesterday and everything being in balance. The kidneys have a tendency to get cold. The liver has a tendency to get too hot. So today we're going to be focusing on calming heat, stimulating circulation, and hydrating the eyes. A few years ago, an ophthalmologist told me that almost everyone in the world has dry eyes. We didn't used to. This isn't a problem we developed over all the years. But because we all now spend so many hours in front of a computer or on a phone screen every day, we blink less than we used to, and so our eyes dry out. So our eye serum, I have rosacea that affects my eyes. Oh, we have another buddy. I have rosacea, which affects my eyes and causes dry eyes for me in addition to other things. And so I designed this serum based around my own experience with the discomfort that goes along with dry eyes. So if you purchased a self-care kit, go ahead and get out this little jar. It will have a green dot on the bottom of it. The base of this serum is an argan oil, which is rich in vitamin E and fatty acids. It's also very nourishing to both the skin and the hair. It's got goji berries in it, which promote healthy circulation, brighten the eyes, calm dizziness, and reduce blurry vision. Mint clears heat and reduces redness in the eyes. It also brings rashes from deep to superficial, which allows the body to heal them more quickly. Tangerine peel increases circulation, draws heat down out of the head. Turmeric and ashwagandha increase circulation to promote healing. Burdock root clears heat, calms rashes, especially red hot rashes, and increases moisture to relieve dryness. Sumac berries absorb excess moisture, reduce swelling, and relieve heat. Yesterday, we talked about balance again. So when we use an ingredient like burdock root, which increases moisture, we pair it with an ingredient like sumac berries, which will absorb excess moisture so that we don't go from too dry to too hot and sticky. So even though this product is formulated for dry eyes, too much moisture does cause its own problem and can lead to other kinds of infections in the eyes. So we like to keep the moisture in balance. Lastly, it contains 0.25%, so very, very, very small amount of tea tree oil, which is antibacterial, antiviral, and anti-inflammatory. It clears black hair follicles and discourages growth of Demodex mites, which are common in rosacea. So I threw that in there for me since my dry eyes come from ocular rosacea. But it's a great ingredient for a lot of people as well. All right. Orhava, are you ready? I can hand this over to you and you can lead us through our eye treatment.
Yes, very happy to be with you guys today.
Great.
So this is going to be kind of a lymphatic drainage eye treatment today. Pardon me while I get this open.
I need to grab my roller. I'll be right back.
Sure. Great.
Yes, if you need to get your roller, your gemstone roller or your ice, that is the time to do so now. All right. So we'll kind of start with some pressure points to allow the drainage flow to start to open for us so that this is a little bit more efficient. And we can wait for Miss Heather to get back. All right, perfect. So if all of you are ready, we're going to start with your ring finger, which is your weakest finger. So you don't want to go across your eyes in any way to drag the skin and cause wrinkles. We all want to have nice elasticity. So the weakest finger is your ring finger. So you're gonna start directly in the center on either side of your nose where your tear ducts are, and you can press pretty firm. You kind of want to wiggle everything to really open up the drainage point here. All right, so now you're gonna sweep across your eyebrows, kind of directly underneath, and very gently underneath, and come back to that drainage point. So it's kind of like you're turning on the faucet here and then allowing for the drainage of the water and any inflammation to really drain out and come back.
Laura Hava,
Yes.
are we using our serum
Yes,
oil yet or not yet?
Yes, we are. So,
Oh, okay. I missed that.
well, actually, no. So right now you kind of just want to just lightly do the eyes. And then when we get to the jade roller is when we're going to put the serum on.
Perfect.
So right now it's kind of like dry brushing, if you will, but with your finger. So then just sweeping across and underneath. And we'll do one more sweep. All right, and then end with pressure. And so now you're gonna take your wonderful serum and just put a little bit on your finger, probably 3 drops if you can. And then just lightly place it directly underneath the eyes, actually. And then you're gonna come down a little bit on the sides of your face, right where your ear is. So just lightly come across and down and all the way down to your neck. And that way we have a nice silky smooth area where the jade roller or the rose quartz or whatever you have, the gemstone roller, is gonna work a lot more efficiently with us. We're gonna get the amazing benefits from the actual serum itself. All right, so now you're gonna take your gemstone roller or your ice and start with the small end of the actual gemstone roller. So here you are going to directly sweep across and then drain down the side. And the lymphatic drainage system is directly underneath the skin. So if you press too hard, you're actually suppressing the lymphatic drainage system. So what you want to do is just lightly sweep across since it's directly underneath the skin. That way you're able to drain a lot more. You can switch to the other side and drain down. This is something that you want to do with the cold because it's really going to help with depuffing the eye area, which we all want, right? And you can switch back to the other side. You can definitely put it in the refrigerator. I do recommend the freezer just because it's going to stay colder for you longer and it's going to be a lot colder, which is really what you want. The colder, the better, as long as you can handle it. And you just want to drain all of the inflammation out of the eyes through the lymphatic drainage system, and all the way down. And I would say do this every morning if you have the time, and try to do about 15 passes on each side of the eye and all the way down the face and the neck. And the results are definitely instant, but the long-term results that you're wanting to see of depuffing and getting rid of any inflammation in the eye area, first of all, is obviously working on your liver to cleanse out and detoxify your liver. But doing the gemstone roller, or even with the ice, is really going to take about a week to start seeing the lasting benefits of this and really not having to deal with too much puffiness. Gemstone rollers, each of healing, but sensitive skin. So someone like Hannah that does have rosacea, it's excellent for rosacea. And any redness or inflammation, it's great to calm that down. And it's all about anti-inflammatory properties with the rose quartz in particular. All right. So like I said, about every morning, 15 passes on each side if you have the time. And then what you're going to do now is take the bigger side or the long side of your ice cube. And you're just gonna place it there, and you can be pretty firm with it. You don't need to press down, you just really wanna press into the eye as long as it doesn't hurt. And you can just keep it there after you're finished, and this kind of closes everything out for us. Closes everything up for us, and we're ready to start the day. And it feels amazing, as you can feel, as long as it's really cold. Feels very, very nice. All right. And that is how you have amazing, beautiful eyes and the awesome benefits of the actual eye serum through Hannah. And there you are.
Perfect. Thank you. That was fantastic.
My pleasure.
All right, everyone, if you have a yoga mat, go ahead and make your way down onto your yoga mat for our meditation portion of this section. As I mentioned before, if you are more comfortable, you can always do these sitting on the floor or sitting in a chair. I love to do them lying down. You can also grab a blanket or some pillows if that makes you more comfortable. I am going to give us a little bit of music. Let me pull this up. And we will dive right in and get started. In some meditations, the instructor will encourage you to try your hardest to stay awake. With this meditation, sleep is one of several possible therapeutic responses. So don't necessarily try to fall asleep, but don't feel bad if you do, because you are absolutely still getting the benefit of the practice. Begin by bringing your awareness into your body. Naturally, there may be thoughts and feelings. These are always present. But also always present is sensation, just physical sensation. Thoughts and feelings are complicated and vast. Sensations are more direct and more simple. By bringing our awareness to sensation, we begin to have a window into the more essential part of ourselves, the in the present and the not so complex. So we begin with a scan. Notice your physical body. Notice the position you're in. There's always breathing. Feel the movement of your breath. And there's always gravity, your contact with the surface, whatever is supporting you. So take a moment and just feel the physical sensations. Let thoughts and feelings be off to the side while you really focus on the sensations that are present. Begin scanning from your head down. You may notice the crown of the head, the forehead, the throat, the chest, the solar plexus, the abdomen, or the hips. Now take a moment and check in with your breathing. Notice your contact with the surface, whether you're sitting in a chair or lying down. Feel how the surface supports your whole body. You might also notice certain temperatures or textures. Take a moment to explore those. Let your mind be the observer, with your body in the foreground. Thoughts and feelings are secondary. Now get a sense of where in your body catches your attention. Don't overthink it. Just direct your attention to the first place that speaks to you. Anywhere from the crown of your head all the way down to your seat. Perhaps there is an area where you feel sensation or an amplified signal. Wherever it is, really focus on it. Imagine that you could trace the boundary of it. Is it more on the right side of the body or the left? It could be exactly in the middle. Is it moving? Or is it still? Is it shallow, like on the skin, or deep in the viscera, closer to the spine? Review the boundary again. Where is the upper part? And where is the lower part? Below which the sensation isn't really of interest. We call this having a complete experience of a particular physical phenomenon, without judgment, without interpretation. We will call this first location the target of our attention. Now let's shift. Bring your attention to your left foot. Feel the weight of your left foot against the surface. Feel the temperature of the air around your foot. Feel the texture of the surface. Every detail. In slow motion, wiggle your toes. Count your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press the ball of your foot down. Does it make contact with the surface, or is it surrounded by space? Press your heel into the ground. Feel the ground pushing back, supporting you. Now pretend that you have a magic marker and a piece of cardboard. Place the cardboard underneath your foot and begin to trace your foot. Start at the big toe. Trace the ball of the foot. Go down the arch, around the heel, up the outer side of the foot, up to the little toe, and count the toes again as you trace your way back to the big toe. Now we are ready for another shift. Direct your attention back to the target, the first place you were observing, and just hold curiosity. Is it the same as it was? Or is it slightly different? It's like you're taking inventory. What is present in this location now? It could be exactly the same. It could be a little different. It could be totally different. It could have disappeared altogether, and now a different part of the body is lighting up. Once again, repeat what you did before. Imagine the boundary. Where is the upper edge and the lower edge? How far does it go to the right? And how far to the left? Is it more on the left or the right? Or is it exactly in the middle? Just notice. Is it moving or is it still? Sometimes things will be dense and block-like. Other times they can be swirling or drifting, and you're just noticing, not trying to change it, not trying to figure it out, not asking why. Is it shallow or is it deep? Shallow would be on the outer surface. Deep would be somewhere way in the body. Do you have a sense of what color it is? What sound it might make? How dense it might be? Now let's shift to the right fingertips. In slow motion, make micro movements in your right fingertips. Notice if they make contact with the surface. Count your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice if there is any pressure in your hand or your fingers. Feel the temperature of the air around your hand. Feel the texture of the surface. As we did before, begin to trace your hand on a piece of cardboard. Your magic marker is going up and down each finger, one at a time. Then down the outer side, across the palm, up the thumb, and back up the index finger. Now direct your attention back to the target. Is it still there? If so, is it the same? Or is it different? If it's not there, begin a body scan, starting with the crown of your head, then down your forehead, your throat, your chest, your abdomen, and into your hips. Stop on the first place that speaks to you and give it your undivided attention. Is it more on the left side of the body or the right? Or is it perfectly centered? Now imagine the boundary. Where is the upper edge and the lower edge? How far does it go to the left? And how far to the right? Is it moving or is it still? How dense is it? Does it feel heavy or light? Is it superficial or is it deep? What color is it? What does it sound like? Don't judge. Don't interpret. Simply hold curiosity and listen. Now let's shift your attention to your right foot. Feel the weight of your right foot against the surface. Feel the temperature of the air around your foot. Feel the texture of the surface it's on. In slow motion, wiggle your toes. Count your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press the ball of your foot down. Does it make contact with the floor? Or is it surrounded by space? Press your heel into the ground and feel the ground pushing back, supporting you. Get out your magic marker and begin to trace your foot, starting at the big toe. Go down the ball of the foot, into the arch, around the heel, up the outer side of the foot, up to the little toe, and count the toes again as you trace your way back to the big toe. Now direct your attention back to the target. Is it still there? If so, is it the same? Or is it different? If it's not there, begin a body scan and stop on the first place that speaks to you. Is it more on the left side of the body or the right? Imagine the boundary. Where is the upper edge and the lower edge? How far does it go to the left? And how far to the right? Is it moving? Or is it still? How dense is it? Does it feel heavy or light? Is it superficial or is it deep? What color is it? What sound does it make? Now we'll shift to the left fingertips. In slow motion, make micro movements in your left fingers. Notice the weight of them against the surface. Count your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there any pressure in your hand or your fingers? Notice the temperature of the space around your hand. Notice the texture of the surface they're resting against. Get out your magic marker and begin to trace your hand, going up and down each finger, one at a time. Then down the outer side, across the palm, up the thumb, and back up to the index finger. Now we will have one final shift back to the target. Just notice what is present. Maybe similar, maybe different. Where is your attention drawn? Slowly wiggle your fingers and toes to bring yourself back into your body. This completes our practice for today. If you're lying on the floor, very slowly begin to sit up. Thank you all again so much for joining us today. Orahava, I loved the introduction to the lymphatic system because Heather's going to be talking even more about the lymphatic system tomorrow. So it's such an awesome, fabulous system in the body. It's going to get 2 hits, which is great. So come back tomorrow for even more lymphatic work to keep our bodies happy and healthy and running and moving. Tomorrow we will be doing a detox for the underarms. So we'll be doing a little bit more in the chest and underarm and arm area and the ribs, along with some dry brushing for the lymphatic system with Heather. And then we will be following that up with a meditation to calm the heart. So we'll be talking all about the heart tomorrow. So we will see you back here at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. I hope everybody has a fabulous day. Bye.